Car guys still underestimate motorcycles. You guys really loved my first video on this topic, so here it is again. I haven't fully watched all of these videos. I just saw their titles, saved them to a playlist, blah 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 blah. If you want the original videos, they're going to be linked below in the description. So this first one is a MotoGP bike versus a Rimac Nevera and a Turbo Hayabusa. So last video, it was cute watching super fanboys cry about how it was so unfair to put their car up against a dedicated drag bike or basically a street legal race bike equivalent. But that is so cute. That is a horrendous misunderstanding. The Aprilia RS V4 is a sports bike. That one video had an older 2013 model, basically bone stock as well. You can buy that motorcycle for 12 grand and gap a 250 grand modded Supra all day. And I can't believe Supras now cost that much. Of course I do, actually. I've made tons of videos. That is me completely lying. But anyways, back to my point. The RS V4 is not even close to being a dedicated drag bike or a true race spec bike. So we're going to witness a true drag bike being a Turbo Hayabusa and a true race bike being a MotoGP bike go up against something that has double the horsepower of that Supra, which is a $2.5 million Rimac Nevera. Okay, so they got an actual like professional MotoGP rider. So I don't want to hear anyone in the comments go, they should have gotten a better rider. This is a very, very capable rider. Actual MotoGP, multiple times MotoGP rider. So yeah, I'm more interested in the Busa. By the time you're pushing north of 200 on bikes, they're super fast. By the time you start boosting them and going north of 300 on motorcycles, you are on a different planet. So let's see what his power figure is. 380. All right, first race. Ooh, that is a lot of smoke from the Busa. Dude, it's not doing nearly as well as I thought it would for a literal dedicated drag bike. Yo, okay, the MotoGP bike is doing very well, actually. Oh, he's actually reeling him in. That's really impressive. I thought the Rimacs would just have it. I mean, that's a really good car, by the way. Because it's going to have all-wheel drive, and it's electric, too. It looks like it's still won, but that was impressive.
First of all, I'm going to go to you, Danny, because...
What happened with the Turbo Busa? Nah, bro, it got robbed. Hold on. Yeah, I still have to explain this to car guys, because Grand Theft Auto completely ruined a generation when it comes to motorcycles. Wheeling does not make you go faster. I don't care if it makes you go faster in Grand Theft Auto. Wheeling is your enemy on a motorcycle. You don't want to wheelie off the launch. Motorcycles, even if they don't wheelie, will never beat a car off the launch. This is not a surprising result. Again, it took 2,000 horsepower to do it. So before any car guys celebrate, this is still a $2.5 million, 2,000 horsepower. Gotta give some love because I'm both a car enthusiast and a bike enthusiast. Look. Yeah, just a couple inches. But like anytime this tire is not touching the ground, that's traction loss. You know, you lose traction. You straight up, you go slower when you wheelie. So both the Busa and the MotoGP bike here are not like, look, he loses a lot of speed from that wheelie, and then even worse when he slams the suspension back down. Oof. This is a really rough video of the Busa. It's kind of hard to watch. It is a very difficult bike to get the reins of, but I'm still very impressed by the MotoGP bike. At the end of the day, the Rimac Nevera, I know it's going to win. It's an extraordinarily capable car.
In 8.5.
8.5 for a quarter mile on an unprepped random airfield that has tar snakes and uneven pavement. That is actually a very capable vehicle. Just straight up, gotta respect that. Gotta respect that. A lot of people dream of breaking the 10-second barrier, much less the 9-second barrier. Yes, you can get top fuel dragsters go 7, 6, even 5 seconds, but this is a street car. On, again, a non-prepped drag strip. Because, again, if this was on a drag strip, it'd probably get 8 seconds or even less. So very, very impressive car from Rimac. One of my favorite electric manufacturers. They always have been. I've loved them as a kid because they're usually in more underrated video games. I think recently now they're being used in a lot more mainstream games. Wow, only 0.1 second. Look at that. Like maybe half a car length to one car, which it was gaining on it. So had this been half mile, this bike probably would have won, and this is really impressive when you consider this is a $2.5 million car, and this is probably a fraction of that cost. And like I want to say, like if you tune street bikes, you could be just as capable, but then unfortunately we kind of have this boost that come in later.
0.6 seconds, while the Suzuki was last. It took 9.
Yeah, that is. I don't mean to be a hater. That's kind of underwhelming. And before someone says, Bladed, you don't know the skill it takes, you've never drag raced a bike. I haven't gotten this time, but that's because I don't have nearly as fast of a vehicle, but I've gotten in a 10-second barrier. And like my FXDR, like I did think about using a TTS supercharger, funnily enough, myself on that bike. But one of my biggest issues is like, again, the battle with traction. 380 horsepower might actually be self-defeating here. Okay, so they do a rolling race. Okay, I'm wondering what's gonna happen here. My prediction is the MotoGP bike will actually win this because it was already gaining, it just didn't have the traction. I don't know about the Busa. Like, in theory, the Busa should win, but it is just not shown the competence this whole video. Oh, 30. Okay, that's not like super. They might still wheelie. Both of them might still wheelie then.
Ready? Point to me and Danny.
Oh, dude, he's still lifted the MotoGP bike. That's insane. It's like the tiniest lift error, but again, anytime you lose traction, you have to regain it.
He's gonna beat me to the quarter mile.
Pretty impressive. Still very, wow. That was really neck and neck. Again, okay. Oh, rolling start with half mile. I thought the Busa would do much better, but again, it looks like it still kind of came quite far last. But dude, the MotoGP bike.
He might have beat me. I was doing like
Straight up, I think there is a universe where the Rimac would actually win the half mile. I think 100%. If it was from the dig, the Rimac is going to win. This was a good race. Straight up, this was a good video, good race. Fantastic job, Carwow, because these two vehicles are very close. And again, like in terms of price, they're not close. In terms of design, they're not close. But in terms of just performance, they're absolutely close. And it's a good example of what it takes to get like what you have to do to a car to finally match a full-blown race bike. Not an Aprilia RSV4 from 12 grand off of Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. You know, on 1,000 horsepower super, that's gonna get walked by that 12 grand motorcycle off of Facebook Marketplace. This is a literal true race bike, and you need 2,000 horsepower and an electric vehicle that doesn't have to shift, as well as it being all-wheel drive for it to finally match it. I'm gonna be very polite, because again, I'm still a car guy and a bike guy. It matched it, like straight up. I wouldn't give it a de facto win, but I wouldn't get it a de facto loss. But yeah, no, that's this video. I don't know, I'm a little disappointed by the Busa. Anyways, while MotoGP bikes are very, very capable in a straight line, it is still not the straight line king. That belongs to the Ninja H2R. Just to really, I guess, glaze it, this is just how capable the Ninja H2R. You look at this lineup, bro. Look at this lineup. You have an F1 car. You have a McLaren, I believe. Then you have a Aston Martin. I don't know. No offense. I don't feel like the Aston Martin's gonna do super good. But what really I just think is super funny is you have a jet. I just love that view. You just see the two jets in the background. But no, they're not gonna. The jets are already gonna lose. That's fine. The Ninja is actually flying. I was not... Okay, never mind. That's a better camera angle. The F1 car is pretty close still. He's wheeling, bro. Bro's probably going, like, well into the triple digits, and he's still lifting that front wire. Yeah, pretty close, pretty close. And then you have... you have the F16. Hey, write that down, We now know the quarter mile time of an F16. 10.1 seconds. I can almost brag that my FXDR is as fast as a F16 fighter jet, so that's kind of funny. So this was a huge request last video. The fastest production car, a Bugatti Chiron Super Sport versus the fastest production motorcycle. But yeah, 1,600 horsepower for the Chiron Super Sport.
horsepower and 1,000.
Okay, 1,600 newton meters of torque as well, so less torque. Dude, that Rimac was fast then. Holy crap. Okay, chunky boy. This is a chunky. You know what's crazy? The Rimac weighed more, didn't it? It weighed 2,300. So the Bugatti isn't as heavy as I thought for how big it is. Obviously, it's a heavy car, but electric cars, I guess, are even heavier. That's crazy. This is even more expensive though. $4 million. This is a $4 million vehicle. Even more, actually, I think, if you convert that to US dollars. But this is what it takes to even be put in the same sentence with a Kawasaki H2R. This vehicle, by the way, like, watch, I'm gonna Google how much this vehicle costs. A Ninja H2R costs like $5,800. It's $58,000, not $5,800. $58,100. That is all you need to have. Dude, someone who's buying a Mustang GT in this economy can also make the stupid decision of buying a bike that can be put in the same sentence as Bugatti Chiron. Don't get me wrong, if you've never ridden a bike, don't buy this. Not even in your dreams should you buy this. There are a lot of sport bike owners who've been riding for 5, even 10 years who still live in fear of this bike. And if I'm correct, this bike actually isn't street legal. No, okay, yeah, the Ninja H2R is not street legal. The H2 is the road legal version straight from the rack. And both of them are supercharged, if I'm correct. So 1000 cc roughly, that's going to be 1 liter. 310 horsepower, less than the Turbo Hayabusa.
Which is insane for a bike. And it weighs in at 200.
It does weigh a little less than the Turbo Hayabusa. Now the difference is it's probably going to be way more refined with its power delivery due to the fact that this is a factory tuned vehicle that makes that much horsepower, which is incredibly impressive, by the way, because the Turbo Hayabusa, at the end of the day, that was a tuner vehicle. And again, it's always a roll of the die where like I said earlier, even if it's impressive on the spec sheets, there are a lot of things called dyno queens in the world of in the world of automotive tuning. And just because some vehicles are super impressive on a dyno sheet doesn't actually mean that it's as fast as something that may have lower specs on the spec sheet. So this is a V4 1.1.
Which puts out 260.
Okay, so this is why I was confused why it's in the same video. It doesn't nearly have the power compared to the Ninja. It's 100 horsepower down basically, and it has significantly less torque as well because not boosted. I'm not rooting for this. I love Ducatis, love some Italian ducks, but this is not going to keep up. They just probably put it here just to. I feel like maybe they just like to add a third wild card for some videos. Obviously, this is a video about cars versus motorcycles, so I'm not actually going to watch this video. I'm just going to bring up this specific screenshot. Again, I'm going to link this video in the comments if you want to fully watch it. I was surprised to see that their quarter miles times weren't as brutal as you would expect, meaning the MotoGP bike that we saw last video would have been 1 whole second ahead of the Chiron. The Kawasaki 0.1 behind, just like how the MotoGP bike was 0.1 behind of the whatchamacallit. So it actually did not get a bus length. I was totally wrong. So bad perspective, camera angles always don't tell the full story. It's about half a car length. Again, just 0.1 second.
He took 9.7 seconds, and the Ducati was last.
Yeah, 10.4. And this is pretty similar to the quarter mile I'm getting on my bike. And to be fair, this is going to dog me in any corner because this is a bike that actually has lean angle. Okay, so now they're doing a half-mile roll race. I still think the Chiron is going to take this because it's gearing. This is a car that maxes out at 300 something, whereas the H2R only maxes out at 250. Interesting. The H2R actually wheelied but still surged ahead. I'm actually, okay, hold up. I'm eating my words. I just ate my words. Now I'm living up to the title of this video. I'm, despite being a car guy and bike guy, I'm now underestimating the bikes here. I'm especially underestimating the Ducati. I didn't expect the Ducati to just this is what I said about the Busa earlier. This is that in practice. There comes a point where motorcycles have too much horsepower where they just fight for grip, because this is a 310 horsepower bike, right? And this is only a 216 some horsepower. In this specific scenario, it's actually faster than the Ninja. This is how important not wheeling is. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful launch. Like butter, dude. Whereas, like, look at this guy. He is still fighting for traction. He's not doing this to stunt for fun. He is fighting for his life to keep that nose down. That is, like, again, the balls on that guy. It takes a lot of nerve to handle something. But I'm actually impressed. I'm impressed by the Ducati. Dude, I was talking mad smack about it. Dude, I'm now living up to the title of this video. I actually didn't think it would actually have, like, it's gonna lose this race still. Straight up, it's gonna lose this race, but that's a very good launch. So on the street, the fact that, like, if you roll race this Ducati in a Bugatti, it'll still get the jump on you for a bit. That's actually shocking to me. It'll get the jump on a Ninja H2R for a bit too. That's also still shocking to me. Yeah, here comes, yep, there goes the Chiron. Oh, it's gonna keep surging, right? Dude! Okay, yeah, now it's falling behind. I was gonna say, there's no way that Panigale stays ahead forever. He passed the Ninja already. Not by much, though. Dude, they're all close. I'm actually somewhat eating my words this video, both on the first race and this second race. I'm eating my words in a different way. This goes to show how capable 200 horsepower motorcycles still are. He was wheeling. He was still lifting his nose at like 130. Look at this.
That was like 100, what? 50?
Holy crap. Yeah, 137. And he finally gets it down around 152. That's insane. That is a literal death-defying wheelie. Like, You make any mistake there, you're gone. You're actually seeing the Grim Reaper. Like, you turn to dust at these speeds. Even in a car, you turn to dust if you hit something, but obviously cars don't have to worry about wheeling at this speed usually, so that's the difference. It's like that bike will put you in that situation. That's what I mean by, like, don't watch this video and go, yo, I can just throw 60 grand and get a bike that's like as capable as a Bugatti. Bet. No, please don't. Please don't. Most people are just gonna be a statistic if they try this. At the end of the day, car guys still underestimate motorcycles. But had fun this video. Make sure to like this video. Make sure to subscribe. I don't intend on doing this too much. If you'd like to see me do this more often, I might just do it once a month at most. I'm not really super big into reaction, but if you guys like it, I'll keep delivering it. Other than that though, if you love automotive content, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like this video and share it to one of your friends, especially if they're a Bugatti fanboy, because I do think they'll still enjoy this video. That's it. Thanks so much for watching. See you all next time. Blade Angel out.